What's up, everyone? Luke Jean here. Just wanted to give you all a quick update on what's going on with Hak Ja Han Moon in the unification movement known as True Mother and Holy Mother Han. Now, her trial began on December 1st, and her lawyers have asked for bail. And at the time of this recording, it's unclear whether bail was just flat out denied or the judge is postponing the ruling to a later time. Now, if you follow the American president of the unification movement, Damian Dunkley, on X, you will have seen his updates regarding the situation on the ground in South Korea. And what he's saying is that the trial, based on the people he's talking to, and of course, he is the president of the American Family Federation, there obviously could be some sort of bias. But if we look at his reporting in terms of what he's actually saying on X, he's recounting that the trial is being murkied by the overall political situation in South Korea. And as a result, there's murkiness even to whether the judge has flat out denied bail or the judge is postponing bail to a later time. Now, in American jurisprudence, this is absurd. There should be a clear, definite ruling on whether a person who is on trial should be granted or denied bail. And I believe it's pretty obvious at this point, given the even newer raids on Unification Church facilities as of a few days ago, that the risk of destroying evidence is not outweighed in any way by Hak Ja Han Moon's health. She had glaucoma surgery. She had heart surgery right before she was formally placed under arrest, and she got zero time to recover. And by the way, she is 82 years old with already vision problems and walking problems. And yet, somehow, the prosecution's argument that she will somehow or direct someone to destroy evidence is somehow still being out there as a valid argument for her detainment, which is ridiculous. It is, in my opinion, completely shaped by the political situation in South Korea. And this is not to have a political conversation. There are flaws on both the Conservative Party side and the Liberal Party side in Korean politics, as with the American Conservative and Liberal parties and political parties throughout the world. That's not the issue. And furthermore, political turmoil such as this, where current administrations go after the previous administration, have happened throughout South Korea's history ever since the Korean War ended and the divide of the 38th parallel. This is nothing new. What is new is that the situation is now affecting religious leaders, and particularly, it's affecting their health conditions, such as Hak Ja Han Moon's health condition, which is being overlooked due to all the political maneuverings by both sides of the aisle in South Korea. And it is affecting how people who are on trial for legitimate charges, as I've said before on this channel, if the Unification Church is, and they're even saying someone in the church who previously worked for them had broken Korean law, which specifically prohibits any sort of religious institution being involved with donating to any political party or any political candidate whatsoever. If that happened, then it should be investigated, and those who actually did it should have a fair trial and brought to justice under the law. I'm in full support of it, even though the actual law in question is very different to American values, which allow religious institutions to be able to lobby for their interests as any American citizen is allowed to. But that's a different discussion. The update I have for you is tragic. The tragic reality is that Hak Ja Han is still in detention, her health being ignored, even though there are certain things regarding the investigation that should be investigated. And even though there are things in the conservative and liberal parties of South Korea where both sides are right on some issues, both sides are wrong on some issues. To me, that's secondary to the fact that it is affecting the judicial process and the right to a fair and just trial in South Korea. And to me, that is dangerous, not just for South Korea, but for the rest of the world that watches this situation.